Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are back again with this D&D controversy. You all know I only drop one video a day, and I keep saying that I'm going to move on from this, and then something else wild happens. D&D Beyond dropped a statement on what's going on, and wow, it is absolutely awful. And the exact opposite ways that Pazzo was amazing. Let's go through it. An update on the open game license. When we initially conceived of revising the OGL, it was with three goals in mind. First, we wanted the ability to prevent the use of D&D content from being included in hateful and discriminatory products. Let's stop right there. Boys and girls, cover your ears. You guys can go fuck yourselves. I really don't appreciate this statement being kicked off with them essentially saying all of this, or at least a third of what's going on, is about them trying to protect people who look like me. This is not the part that folks was upset about. So don't be trying to throw this in there like, we were really trying to protect black folks and women, and then all these people got upset about it. Man, shut your ass up. This is not the problem. Let's move on. Second, we wanted to address those attempting to use D&D in Web3, blockchain games, and NFTs by making clear the OGL content is limited to tabletop role-playing content like campaigns, modules, and supplements. And third, we wanted to ensure that the OGL is for the content creator, the home brewer, the aspiring designer, our players, and the community, not major corporations to use for their own commercial and promotional purpose. There's a huge problem with this, all right? The small creator, the little guy, the little content creator, the home brewer hopes to and aspires to be the big guy at some point. Like, I've got my 11,000 subscribers right now. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much. Hopefully, one day, I'm going to be on the Wolfheart level where I'm going to look up on my vast empire of 100,000 subscribers and I'll have, what the hell was it sponsored the other day? Better good food, healthy food, whatever the hell is paying them. I want that life one day. So this idea that, I'm only doing it for the little guys become big guys. So it's either for everybody or it's for nobody. What are you talking about, bro? Stop. Driving these goals were two simple principles. One, our job is to be good stewards of the game. And two, the OGL exists for the benefit of the fans. Nothing about those principles has wavered for a second. That was why our early drafts of the new OGL included the provisions they did. That draft language was provided to content creators and publishers so their feedback could be considered before anything was finalized. Who believes that? Who believes that, we actually put this out there for feelers to try to see how people felt about the language, and we had no intentions of actually implementing it yet? Everything about the leak seemed to say that this stuff was going to be implemented this month, and that people were not going to get the opportunity to actually speak on it. And it just so happened to come out to the public, and now they had this huge blowback. And let's be honest, they should be glad this happened, because if they had actually officially instituted this policy and then people just saw it as actual law, the wave of people turning against D&D will probably be way larger. Like, honestly, there are probably still holdouts. People are like, you know what, I'm going to stick through this because they're going to roll back most of this stuff anyway, so it's okay. But if it was actually official, things would be different. Things would be so much different. In addition to language allowing us to address discriminatory and hateful conduct and clarifying what types of products the OGL covers, our drafts included royalty language designed to apply to large corporations attempting to use OGL content. It was never our intent to impact the vast majority of the community. The problem with that is what everybody was really upset. No, I take that back. People were upset about the royalty, right? But they just felt like it was too large. 25% is draconian as hell. What did Renfell say? He was like, if I put my game on the Epic Game Store, it's only 13%. Like if they had done something like that, this probably would have went over fine. The problem was your ability to reproduce people's content, which was not limited by how much money they make from the content. I know they get to that later, but I find it disingenuous that you don't start that conversation up here, because that's what people were really upset about. Come on, let's be honest. However, it's clear from the reaction that we rolled a 1. This was not a 1. It was a total party wipeout, but let's continue. It has become clear that it is no longer possible to fully achieve all 3 goals while still staying true to our principles. So here is what we are doing. The next OGL will contain the provisions that allow us to protect and cultivate the inclusive environment we are trying to build, and specify that it covers only content for TTRPGs. That means that other expressions such as educational and charitable campaigns, live streams, cosplay, VTT uses, VTT is virtual tabletop, is basically allows you to play tabletop games online, etc., will remain unaffected by any OGL update. Content already released under 1.0a will also remain unaffected. Huge problem with this. Huge problem. If you're saying all the content before this license is released is going to remain unaffected, that essentially means all the content after your license update is released will be affected, which means you are essentially changing the license and essentially revoking the original license, which was the reason that people were upset with you in the first place. They are not interested in any changes. Like, either you're going to just be upfront and say, hey, this is changing, y'all have to deal with it. Here are the reasons why we feel like it needs to change. Or you say, you know what, you're right, we're just going to keep it completely open and keep it the same. But this wishy-washy statement, basically trying to make it appear that everything's remained the same, when in fact it's not, is disingenuous. And it's not doing D&D any favors. Like, you can't do this to people. You can't pull the wool over people's eyes in this manner the way you used to. I go back to what I said in my last video. Who is the legal representation over there? Who are the people that are looking over these statements and these updates and saying, yeah, that's definitely going to work. People are definitely going to swallow that. These people, y'all need to let them go. Y'all need to let them go, because this is not working. It's not working. What it will not contain is any royalty structure. It also will not include the license-back provision that some people were afraid was a means for us to steal work. That thought never crossed our minds. Under any new OGL, you will own the content you create. We won't. Any language we put down will be crystal clear and unequivocal on that point. The license-back language was intended to protect us and our partners from creators who incorrectly allege that we steal their work simply because of coincidental similarities. As we continue to invest in the game that we love and move forward with partnerships in film, television, and digital games, that risk is simply too great to ignore. The new OGL will contain provisions to address that risk, but we will do it without a license back and without suggesting we have rights to the content you create. Your ideas and imagination are what makes this game special, and that belongs to you. I'm sorry, so I'm not familiar with the history of lawsuits that have been brought to D&D. Is there a huge problem with people creating D&D content and then throwing several frivolous lawsuits their way, trying to claim that they've taken their work? Because I've never heard about this. I've never heard about, man, this is a serious issue and they've got to do something to address this. So it seems to me like this is a bunch of nonsense, but it could be ignorance on my part. So if I'm ignorant about it, let me know down in the comments that maybe this is a legitimate concern that they need to have. But looking at it from my understanding and from what I've heard about D&D thus far, I've never heard about this being an issue whatsoever. And the idea that they needed to add a provision to allow them to just take anybody's content who makes use of the license, nah, I'm not. There's just no way I can go along with this. A couple of last thoughts. First, we won't be able to release the no OGL today because we need to make sure we get it right, but it is coming. Second, you're going to hear people say that they won and we lost because making your voices heard forced us to change our plans. Those people will only be half right. They won, and so did we. I provide that with no additional commentary. Moving right along. Stop it. Stop it. Our plan was always to solicit the input of our community before any update to the OGL. The drafts you've seen were attempting to do just that. We want to always delight fans and create experiences together that everyone loves. We realized we did not do that this time, and we are sorry for that. Our goal was to get exactly the type of feedback on which provisions worked and which did not, which we ultimately got from you. Any change this major could only have been done well if we were willing to take that feedback, no matter how it was provided. So we are. Thank you for caring enough to let us know what works and what doesn't, what you need and what scares you. Without knowing that, we can't do our part to make the new OGL match our principles. Finally, we'd appreciate the chance to make this right. We love D&D's devoted players and the creators who take them on so many incredible adventures. We won't let you down. You already have. What you mean? You already have, bro. And this statement, a letdown. Now, I'm going to say something that I'm sure many people are going to disagree with, all right? This is not the way they want their companies to operate, but I'm sorry. I can't help the way I feel about it. Wizards of the Coast should have lied. They absolutely should have lied. If I was their legal representation, I would have recommended lie. Get out there and tell them, man, that leak was false. I don't know what them damn people are talking about. These damn internet reporters and their random little blogs. Why y'all believing them, all right? Y'all the same folks running around believing that the earth is flat and Megan Thee Stallion shot herself, all right? Like, this was never going to happen. We never planned to do this, okay? The OGL is staying the exact same way it always has. I'm sorry that there was some confusion about this and that some people allowed themselves to be misled, but we are who you always thought we were, and we will remain that for the foreseeable future. So thank you so much. Keep creating your amazing products, and let's go D&D. Let's have a great 2023. That's what should have came out. I'm sorry. They should have denied. Bill Clinton, I do not know this woman, all right? For you to come out with this statement, which basically confirms from everybody, hey, the leaks were facts. The leaks were facts. There is nothing in this statement that refutes the content of the leaks. It basically tries to explain why they felt like the contents of the leaks worked. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Like when I made my video with Renfail, there were a bunch of people in the comments saying, this isn't an update, all right? These leaks ain't real. We don't even know it's real. I doubt it's real. I doubt they could even legally do this. I don't even really believe this is going on. This is just a bunch of YouTube nonsense. You should have fed into those people. You should have given those people meat and been like, yeah, y'all right. What's going on with these people? These slandered Renfail and the rest of these people, they don't know what the hell they talking about. They feeding y'all lies. You know us. Come on back. That's what should have happened. And obviously it's not happening. I don't understand. But here we are. I seriously doubt this is going to make things any better. I'm sure there'll be a whole nother whirlwind once the official OGL has been released. Wow. Why would you do this? Why would you shoot yourself in the foot like this? Doesn't make sense to me. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, share this content, subscribe to the channel, and become a member if you're not already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.